Yes, always.
Always. Fantastic. Oh, good evening, cultists, and good evening to my wonderful players joining me tonight. Duke and Olivia and Austin all have the night off. Welcome back to TTRP Theater. If this is your first time in our theater, then a very special welcome to you. And feel free to interact with some of the players in chat or the others that join us regularly for our Friday night game of KULT Divinity Lost. I think we've got, I see Jahoy Mateys in chat and Half a Rainbow. Those are players. Chris, they're all in there. Chris will be gambling. I wouldn't interfere with him too often, but Ipacho and Tidorf is here.
Don't
and
give
some
Chris
of,
any points.
And
He'll
some of the regulars. Yes, don't. He has some problems there. If you're watching on YouTube, greetings from the past. If you like this series, it would be great if you would hit that red thumbs or that red subscribe button. If you don't want to miss the next video, click the little bell icon. But by taking advantage of the free subscription, helps other cultists find this content, which is what we're all after. That will, of course, allow them quick access to our Discord, which you should have already joined, I'm sure. But there's always room for more. When you're done watching, hit the thumbs up or down and drop us a comment on what we got right or wrong. Be constructive, please. All of that is helpful in our goal of continued improvement in the quality of our content. I put this on at the beginning, because I don't know if everybody makes it all the way to the bitter end. Now we continue down our long, strange trip with the episode entitled A Good Night's Sleep. It's the night that we were there. Harvey, do you let them bury Sasha that first night, or are you going to do it the next day?
I'm going to do it the next day.
The sun sets as Jerry is finishing his hole digging. What does the evening look like for you guys? Yeah. What'd you guys do that evening?
Cry a lot. Well, Harvey and I would have made our way downstairs, right? Because we were up.
Yeah.
I probably would have hung out on the porch for quite a while. Just hanging out, looking at the landscape, playing on my Game Boy.
Do we just leave the body on the couch? Because I think I would be against that.
I would not get that.
No, I'm in a weird mental space. When we get down, I'll go over to the couch and I'll just kind of shift it and sit down and put the head on my lap. And yeah, it's very morbid almost, but I'm kind of getting whatever time I can have left.
Going outside with Joel.
Yep, I'm sitting on the porch.
I'm so sorry, Harvey.
Harvey, roll +0.
I gotta find it. There we go. $11.
Okay. I'm going to let you have your moment on the couch with Sasha. Let's cut to, I'm going to come back to you. I get a hold with that. But before I use that hold, we're going to cut to Joel and Blythe. As you did that, Blythe obviously was like, oop, I'm going to go out here. what were you doing, Dr. Kennedy, about this time? Are you still hanging out on the front porch, or?
No, I would have gone back inside. I think I remember Harvey mentioning something about us each having our own rooms, so I'm going to be poking around the house.
Oh, yeah. I actually can put you guys over here on the property. If you zoom in, the house map is still up at the top, and then there's that map is not to scale, but it gives you kind of a representation of the property line. Okay, so let's we'll cut to Joel and Blythe out on the front porch. I'm assuming Blythe might have something to say over Harvey Winston in there with dead Sasha.
Yeah. So I'll go over to Joel, sit down next to her.
I'm like sitting sideways in one of the porch chairs, like curled up with a Game Boy.
She'll just kind of put a hand on your knee or your shoulder, depending on which one's closer.
I would have been facing towards the door, so it would have been the knee. Hey.
Hi.
Joel just kind of stares at you for a second. She doesn't really know what to say, but she slowly puts the Game Boy away.
What has happened? Do you... The past 24 hours feels like an eternity. Everything's happening so fast.
Doesn't it normally when we get ourselves into these situations?
I guess.
It's a lot. It is. But the way I see it, you're here. And just because he's not, doesn't mean we can't find him somewhere or happen upon you. You know, just, I don't know. I don't know how this all works. I never have.
Do you think it's because I'm here that he's not?
No.
Do you think it was a trade?
What do you think? Do you think the big, ugly, smelly dude has something to do with this? You think somebody made a deal?
No, I think it's bigger than that fuck in the barn. I think it's like the gods or whatever. It's all still part of their game. We're all just their playthings, their toys. And I mean, dude, we were in a fucking mental hospital, and I had no idea. Yeah. And now we're here in bum-ass country. I rode a horse earlier.
You know, you used to say that when we were in Manhattan. You always wanted to ride a horse.
I did it, dude, and it was great. It was really cool. It was almost as good as flying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get half of what's going on, dude. We're obviously stuck in a game again, just like we were when you died. But we got out of that game, kind of. We were winning.
It should still be me.
Why would you say that?
You saw him, Harvey. He's a mess. He would trade me back.
Blythe,
You know, he would never say that out loud, but I know that if given the chance,
Blythe,
he would pick Sasha.
you didn't see what happened to us when you were gone.
He's different.
Yeah, but so are you. We about tore ourselves in two trying to get to you. Okay, and it's funny. Harvey was the strong one in all of it. So maybe it's just somebody else's turn to be the strong one. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's Ernie. Maybe it's you. I don't know. But we have to do something.
At all costs.
Yeah, just like we did for you.
Yeah. And she just kind of gets like a far off look and she's just like looking out. She doesn't look at Joel anymore.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I want to go back home.
Which home? We had so many. The Flak Chatters building, my house. Hopefully not your actual house where we met, because that's got like a demon-y dungeon underneath it.
Yeah, we should really call some Ghostbusters or something about that.
I think we are the Ghostbusters.
Oh man. Okay.
Joel,
No.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
No,
Blythe.
go ahead. No. I'm really done.
You mentioned something about the game, that you won the game. What did you mean by that?
We were winning the game.
Or winning the game. My bad.
That we thought we were taking on the forces of the world. That we were gonna kick ass and take names, and we were gonna have our own lives and be our own people and do our own shit, and not be pawns anymore.
Sorry. Two-factor authentication.
Light bulb.
Bling.
Yeah, it's like OBS will let me stream to Twitch, but as soon as I want to do something in chat, it suddenly says, "Oh, you need to log in." Like, am I not? Okay. Give me a roll plus 0.
No.
I don't wanna.
Oh, fuck me.
That you're 11? Are we still on?
No, that's 9.
Oh, yeah, yours is the bottom. Oh, I need to fix that. Got to get your little 9 in there. There we go. A 9? Oh. Excellent. That will, I believe. Yeah.
No.
Just hold on to that 9 for a second. I'm sorry, Chris. Remind me once again what Dr. Kennedy was doing.
This is examining the rooms in the house.
Oh, were you looking for anything in particular?
I wanted to see what Sasha thought each of us would like.
Well, I don't have the answer to that question. That's definitely a Sasha thing. Are you perusing for anything deeper as you go through?
I mean, I'm don't expect to find anything. So if I do, that would be fascinating.
Well, we gotta roll or do something here. Let's investigate or observe a situation. I'll let you choose.
I'll pick the one that I have a +4 in. Rather than a +0.
As you are investigating the rooms at the house, you see a light coming from a window. It's the backside of the house that faces out towards the barn, actually the stable, which is where Jerry said he ran into something or another, I believe. But it's getting dark enough outside now as the sun's going down on the far side of the house, that side being shadowed, and then there's also trees on that side as well. The light kind of seems a bit bright as it casts brightly from the building stable in through. You catch the light shining through that window. It's noticeable as you go through.
Well, what is a scientist to do but investigate further?
Yeah, you'll have to go down to the stable to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that will cross paths with Harvey and Sasha on the couch as you go down. Do you just go by? Do you say anything to Harvey?
I'll stop behind the couch and look over. Mr. Winston, even though you are somewhat preoccupied at the moment, I am going to investigate Detective Sasso's claims regarding the stable.
Are you going by yourself?
Unless you'd like to accompany me, I suppose.
And I pause for a moment and look at him and look back down and look back at him and blink a few times. I can't let you go alone. Okay. And I'll stand up and carefully put Sasha back on the couch. Lead the way.
Start walking that direction, and after a minute, I'll just look at Harvey. When I was speaking to him, I asked what he would want from me in regards to you. And true to form, he asked very little. He just wanted me to not be selfish in the way I dealt with you and Blythe and Miss Watson. He wanted me to protect you all to the best of my ability. Can't say I'm surprised.
You actually gonna do that, though?
I promised him with my very life. And whatever's beyond.
All right, well, I appreciate it. Doc, I appreciate it. But if you decide to run off for whatever experiments or whatever monsters or whatever catches your fancy, catches that brilliant mind of yours, if you're making that promise right here now, you got to stick to it. All right?
I don't know if there even is anything anymore that could pull me away from this family that we have. Strange as that may sound.
What about the flak chatters? Are they still?
I still have. Wait. I don't know. If we venture back to Manhattan, I suppose I will find out.
No, I've been thinking. I haven't just been sitting here wallowing in misery. I've been thinking we should go back. It's nice here, but this isn't this place. It's not real. I don't remember building this, and I never saw. There's no way Sasha hid this from me, building this entire place. We share a bank account. I
was about to say, I'm fairly certain it was you that controlled most of the money, the finance.
I told you in the last episode that he built it, or bought it.
Mm.
Yeah, that was about your reaction then, too.
Still, I don't trust Henry. And with the pace everything's going on, I'm not sure that this place is real. It's too perfect. I think Manhattan might have the answers to bring him back. I mean, there's more there, more things, creatures, people. We have connections there.
Those connections didn't really help us all that much when we were trying to bring back Blythe, but
she's here now, isn't she?
Somehow we stumbled into it. Yes. I'd also like to do some investigating into the Bergen Institute. There's got to be more beneath that place than what we saw on the surface.
Can you make me a roll +0? Are you guys having this conversation as you're walking out to...
Yes.
Yes.
Also, I rolled an 8.
An 8.
Which is a bad.
Worse than a 9.
That is worse than a 9.
Blythe and Joel, you either notice them going out to the back, or as it gets dark, you notice a glow coming from the woods on the far side of the house, should you stray, like to go catch some of the lightning bugs or something that have just started to pop up.
Yo, Blythe, we about to go fucking lightning bug hunting.
Yeah.
We'll go look at the spooky swap dealer. You guys have fun.
We'll go catching
lightning bugs.
I'll go check out the light. You want to check out the lightning bugs?
Yeah, I think I want to do that.
The lightning bugs are everywhere. The lightning bugs are not the attraction. The attraction is the party going out to the studio, or out to the stable.
Also,
if what you want to do is catch lightning bugs and not go to the stable with Harvey and Dr. Kennedy, that's fine.
You get you that shrimp buffet.
Yes.
No,
Yep.
if you're going towards the scary stable and there's not something magical glowing in the forest outside of the lightning bugs, I would follow to the stable.
I mean, I would have to make something scary happen at the lightning bugs, but
like their actual fire.
Yeah, they're actually made of lightning, and they just
They zap
Hmm.
ya.
No, I
thoughts.
would notice the two walking towards the stables and just kind of look at Blythe and kind of smack her arm a little bit.
What? What?
I think they're going to the barn.
Shit.
Well, yeah, and as you go out to catch your lightning bugs, and when you go out to get her and you look over towards the stable, there's like a big giant light coming from inside. Not a natural looking light. It's sort of like light reflecting off of water, perhaps wavy, and an odd yellowish glow, but not like some funky yellow bulb.
The biggest lightning bug.
Yeah, I would just
Yeah.
I would
Queen.
Yeah.
I would motion and just start walking towards the stable, kind of fast walking / jogging to catch up with the other two. Harvey's
Yeah.
got real long fucking legs trying to keep up with that shit.
She would be reluctant and she'd kind of like shake the 5 bugs that she had caught in her hand.
you know,
Like,
imagine Ernie's like a crippled man, and so I'm walking at like half the speed.
Yeah.
He hobbles with his
Taking
old bow.
one step
I
every
am
3 of
in
his.
amazing shape for my age.
Old man Ernie.
Ernie looks pretty good. He can hang in there. He's been through hell and back, quite literally.
It was Inferno, excuse you.
Yeah. So you get out to the stable. Everything looks normal. When you open it up, the light sort of dies down a little bit. Doesn't seem to be too noticeable other than the fact that it's lit in here and there are no electric lights or anything else that is giving off light. It is just lit. Not well.
Is this a bad time to ask if anybody has a flashlight?
Harvey, you feel comfortable. It almost feels like home to you. Dr. Kennedy, you don't feel that way. You feel the opposite. If you step inside, you're going to have to roll to keep it together. Everyone else walks in. Joel, it hits you as you go in. I'm catching up with some 9s and some hold here is why I'm hitting you guys with this stuff.
Rolled a 12 on my keep it together.
Blythe, did I have you roll something?
No, you didn't. I was
Nothing
just
at
gonna stay
all.
silent.
No, you're the last one I need to know. Let me
Keep it
see.
together?
No,
Okay, good.
you're not worried about anything. Just a straight 0 for me.
A 20.
Nice. Yes, you're not worried about anything. The scary barn, even the fact that it's lit up is probably not even really catching your attention. You still have some youthful quality to you. And being the last one in, the barn door slams shut behind you. And that's when the lights go out. And it is dark. And who needs to roll still to keep it together? Who has not given me one recently? Let me see. That was just Dr. Kennedy, right?
Mhm.
So that's that was something else. Yeah, Joel, Blythe, and Harvey, roll me a keep it together as everything goes black inside the barn.
Okay. While we're all rolling this, I would like to pull my cell phone out of my pocket and try to turn the flashlight on. I got a 15.
Yeah.
I got a 16.
Give me.
Oh, wait a second. I have bad stability. I actually got a 13.
I got a 17.
Bad internet connection. You can't use a flashlight.
Can't use a flashlight with the bad internet. There's no data in this barn.
Jill with a 17. Harvey, you got a 13. Blythe, what was yours? 16? Already did pretty well.
Yes, sir.
Except for Harvey. Harvey, you can go for your flashlight on the phone. I want you to act under pressure, though, since you didn't keep it together.
All right. Do I take the -1 stability?
Nah.
Nah. Okay. I'm still anxious then. Takes me forever to click these. I'm so sorry.
You're all right.
Act under pressure. There it is.
That gives me time to think about what's coming up next. I'll just let you respond
13.
because you should recognize perhaps this. All of you in some semblance are going to have some recognition. This is part of a repressed memory that you roll, and it's sort of a combined flashback, if you will, with everybody together. You're no longer in the stable, and as the lights come up, you can almost hear that laugh, Harvey Winston, that labored, wheezing sort of laugh, as if somebody is pleased with this little move. And as the lights come up, you are in a rather large stone cavern of like just a cathedral or a temple or some magnificent thing that is immense, tall enough you could put a building in. You've actually been here before. What you would think are buildings built into the architecture are actually other shapes, these humanoid shapes that actually form very large archways that go up to the center that is like 15 stories high. There is some sort of a clear substance or surface that spans in between these large archways. And when you were there, it was all dark and dreary and terrible, and you could see what you thought were the archons or something down at the far end as all of they were whispering. And I believe this is when you got the cube. Now, however, it's different. It's lit up. The place is marble, white. There's like sunlight or something that would be coming in through those transparent windows at the top. I say windows, it's like a sky roof of some sort. It's immense. It's huge. You can actually see windows and doors up along the surfaces when you focus in hard. So they're way out there. The floor is a combination of white marble and green grass. And it spans all the way down to the end. You don't see anything at the end. There's no thrones or anything. You see what appears to be a wall, like the facade of a building, like a castle type. I can't think of an ornate building off of the top of my head. You know, something like the 16th Chapel or
Vatican?
Yeah. Sort of that idea, but it's even more significant. I was strolling through fantasy art this evening trying to find some illustration that would get close, and I couldn't. But large, grand, lots of peaks, lots of castles. It's like there's people that live here. It's like you are inside some sort of enclosed city of some sort almost when you really start to take it all in. And down at the end would be what you would think might be like the castle or the capital or some large, ornate building. From where you are, it's probably a half a mile walk through this garden of grass and white marble. Everybody stands there like a Star Trek landing team for about 5 seconds, scoping the place out. Who does what first?
Well, this isn't how we wanted to build the stables.
I did not expect that.
Any idea where we are?
I don't know. Do I recognize this place, Curtis?
Roll something for me.
Just something.
Yeah.
You want me to just roll a +0 or something?
No, I'm looking at the list. I don't know. Let me test you a little bit, Dr. Kennedy. Why would you think you would know this place? So you're remembering back, or explain to me what you're trying to do. Let's start over because I don't quite get the.
So
request.
I have arcane researcher. So whenever I venture into alternate planes of existence or meet entities from other dimensions, I can declare that I've read about that dimension or creature before.
That's
and
awesome.
Just ask you.
I was gonna say, I think it's somewhere along the lines of, I read this in a book somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go on to like briefly explain my time with the Archons too to help jog his memory, if that does anything.
It is as it is, Dr. Kennedy. You walk in and you go, oh, this is the tail.
Yes, that's what I did.
This is the end of the trip. That's how it hits you in your head. The tail at the end of the trip. You know, the tail comes at the end, right? It's the end part.
Fascinating. We appear to have reached the tail end of the trip.
Which means what?
Yeah, what's that
Exactly.
supposed to mean?
I don't entirely know. It's a general inclination that I have.
I don't think your skill goes quite that deep. You may have to roll something extra for that. Anybody else have any advantage or move that they would like to make as they try to get a grip of their location?
I want to know if I have a gun on me.
I'm looking through. Yes, and your clothes have changed too. Your gun is in a holster on your hip, and when you look at it, it's some whacked out version of looks like a Ruger, only it's kind of bigger, and it looks like it's been modified. And you have a sword on your other hip.
I got my fucking sword.
That's cool.
What do I have? What do I have? I want to look at myself.
What does let's see, you have a cube.
Is it the cube?
It is. Similar, but it's not the same one. It's not exactly the same. It doesn't. The symbols seem different, and it is shiny and pretty, and in this cool little pouch that hangs from your belt. You know that it's yours. In fact, you can look and you see some symbols on there, and you know that that's your name engraved on the side of it. This location is going to be a combination of future and ancient. I will let you choose whatever clothes you would want to be choosing that are characteristic of something that your character might choose to wear, giving those extremes, and use your imagination. Weapons would be some semblance of what you would carry in the norm. Harvey, you wouldn't normally carry a weapon on you. I'll let you have like a dagger, perhaps, in a hilt on a belt or something to that effect.
I want to be in a suit.
The cube is your weapon. Blythe, you have a crown and wings. And Dr. Kennedy, you have... you don't see you have anything until you want something. And then as soon as you want something, you have it.
That's pretty cool.
Seeing, like if you're looking at their weapons and having that sort of thing. So, be reasonable. My point is, you have powers that you don't know that you have. So if you wanted something, a weapon, you could just conjure it, is my point.
That's awesome. I look around vaguely. Did Henry or Amari or Jerry come with us?
No. Matter of fact, you didn't see him back at the place either. You didn't cross paths with him on your way out to the stable.
I'm not too worried. Okay. And then once I see that, can I do an investigate roll on this cube?
Mm-hmm.
Yay. 10. Wow. I get
Who gives
something.
you a question?
What do I want to ask? When it comes to the cube, how can I find out more about the cube?
Well, Harvey, the answer to that question is you need to find out more about who you are. And I imagine that will probably come pretty quick, because as you're all kind of standing there looking at your new duds and such, there is a horn that starts blasting. Not quite so, like, not a cow horn, more trumpety, a brass horn of sorts, but not pleasant, definitely an alarm. Mine sounded kind of like a cow horn when I did it. It wasn't supposed to sound like that.
I'm no genius, but I feel like that's very bad.
We didn't get to bury him.
Okay, Harvey, I love you. I love you very much, but we might have bigger fish to fry right now. Okay, I'm gonna need your head in the game a little bit.
Just one thing at a time. What the fuck do we do?
This is normally where Sasha would have some elaborate plan, and we would follow through. And at this point, I say we just do we wait? See what happens? I don't know.
The horns blow again, and at that building way down there at the end of the tail, or the beginning of the tail. I guess you don't really know exactly where you're at. There's no building. It does kind of curve around, so you might think that's the beginning of the tail, perhaps. It opens up, and you realize it's not just a door, it's a very large door. And then you see people riding on horses, perhaps. They're still too small to actually make out, but they're definitely people riding on something, and they are at least in double, and they are now coming out. And then it gets dark and starts to rain, like instantly.
Are they coming
the lights
towards
go out.
us?
Huh?
Are they coming towards us?
Yeah, I mean, they're like half a mile away, but they're riding full speed in your direction.
Oh yeah, I tuck the cube away, and I'm like, let's go hide.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there a place to hide? Can we just
Along the wall, it's pretty much open, grass, different pathways of marble. There are hedges scattered about, a couple of trees, but it's like perfectly manicured. I mean, it would be like a cartoon person kind of hiding behind a skinny tree sort of situation, or ducking down behind a thing, and they can already see you. So they would watch you run to the shrubs on the side, and it's an enclosed place. So there's really, you can run to the side, and
That's kind of funny.
naturally you might want to do that. But as you start to look around, you realize that once they get there, it will just be a matter of time before they find you.
Okay, but I wanna try something.
Yes.
Something. So I have hunter as an advantage. So if we duck into the bushes, I wanna try and hunt them instead. Can I do that?
That's not going to work out.
But I could do some fun things.
Well, yes, but you're like, you can't reverse the situation just by jumping into the bushes.
I know, but I want to.
I know you do.
Really badly.
How bad do you want to?
I mean, bad enough that it's like a shock moment, and then we get into the bush and realize we have no way out. So then it's like, okay, plan B.
Right.
Wait, ambush.
You sense that you might be able to do something different. Like perhaps turn into a big scary dog that might be impactful. And the interesting part about this particular exchange, Joel, is you feel control over that rather than me just saying, oh shit, you turn into a dog. That is gone. I'm not going to do that anymore. Unless you just get pissed off and fail to keep it together. But you have control over your shape-shifting ability.
Oh, then can I? Oh, okay. That changes a couple things.
All right,
So
I'll let you think about that. I'm going to get everybody's what they want to do in response to this.
Okay.
So I'll let you think about it, and I'll come back to you. Who knows what they want to do in reaction to these guys coming? If it's something other than standing there with your jaw going.
I am wings out, and I want to be in front of Ernie. I'll protect him.
Okay.
Me. So once I have realized that I can just sort of conjure things into being, I would like to conjure a ritual book that will allow me to summon a massive army to meet those things.
Dope.
Hey,
I love Ernie.
got you there.
This is what you get. You don't get a book because you don't need a book, and you have a massive army. They are standing by your side, and it is not any numbers of anybody. It is the 1, 2, 3 that are next to you. There is nothing anywhere nearer that would be anything stronger than what you have with you. That's the truth of the situation. There's nothing for you to conjure that would make you feel any more comfortable than being with the 3 people you're with.
I mean, yeah, obviously, but I wanted to make it look cool for everyone.
I will give you the illusion of one.
Smoke rolls in by our feet.
But they won't.
To set the stage.
What about you, Harvey? Dr. Kennedy is summoning an army.
I'm looking at my stuff. I don't have anything yet. I think I'm just going to stand my ground next to Blythe.
You can
with my chin up and see what this is about. I want to get out of the way of the horses, at least, if they don't look like they're stopping.
Right, of course. You can always use your imagination. I'll let you. You can pound on your cube for a second. Joel, did you decide what you wanted to do?
Yeah. So I have intimidating.
Yes.
So there's something about you that instinctively makes others fear you. I try to fight another person, or in this case, persons. I can try to do that. So I would like to try to do that.
Is there a roll for that?
Yes, it is violence.
Go ahead and do that. Is that the deadly stare?
No, it is intimidation. Intimidating.
Oh, intimidating. I see.
Yes. Oh, and it's an 18.
Nice. Well, that's perfect. So there, as they start to come closer, they are on black horses. It's a bit of a contrast to this particular location. And their uniforms are mostly black, but there is some swirling of silver amongst them. They're rather ornate once they get up close, but they don't get that close because as all of this rain is pouring down, they are cloaked as well, so you don't get to see all of them, but they are armored men on horseback with swords and pikes that are coming your way. But Dr. Kennedy has started to summon this army of very similar soldiers that are appearing behind you as Blythe lifts slightly into the air just above Dr. Kennedy, and a little bit of fog emanates around the ground. Joel, you, this is the one time I'll take a little bit of liberty as you turn into a 24-foot tall blue dog with 3 eyes. And when that happens, Harvey, you see them all sort of, the horses rear back, a couple of them are thrown from their horses, and you hear them all yell, Urbat, over and over, like, Joel, you're Urbat. The blue dog.
Shit!
And they're like, Urbat, ah! And then, they all flee and run away. A couple of them are trying to get back on their horses that had got knocked off their horses, but yes, they're all starting to turn tail and run.
Well, that's rad.
Effective.
Good dog.
I'll just fiddle with my Rubik's Cube while Joel takes care of business. Damn.
Make a roll for me, Harvey.
Yeah, go get him. Go get him.
What kind of roll?
Roll plus, let's see, investigate is reason. What is observe? Roll perception.
Perception. Ooh, yeah, -1.
That's not right.
4. That was not good.
Well, even with
It was
that,
not
you
better
would
than a
still
9.
you would still get a clue as to what this thing does. So let me ask you something, Harvey. If you were, I don't know, a person who magic cube that could be used as an offensive weapon or a defensive shield in some regard. what would that look like as far as the offensive weapon part? What would it? Use your imagination. It's your cube.
Oh, damn.
So it
That's
would
pretty
be
cool.
however Harvey would make a cube that's a weapon. And think outside of the box, please.
Well, I don't tend towards violence the most, and
That's why you
so
got the
I feel
cube.
like it would, if I had to do like a weapon, it would be like a long metal staff. So like a blunt weapon.
Nice. Then you get the old Hellraiser moment. So roll to avoid harm. Actually, just roll to endure injury because you've rolled a 4, so you don't get to avoid it. You're going to pop yourself in the eye as your cube comes to life. It's a very comedic moment. Nice.
6.
Death's not an option,
It takes my eye out.
but you do
I
get.
lose an eyeball.
It's not that much damage. I'd give you a +3 bonus. But yeah, you get smacked as the cube turns into the stick that you are comfortable with.
Do I take any injuries? Do
Um,
I
ta-
get knocked out?
No, you're not going to get knocked out. You're just going to take one. It is going to split you open.
Okay.
You can choose where it is, and you can, it's going to be a cut or something. But no,
It's right in the middle of my forehead.
It's nice. I
So like
that.
in the middle of Joel being
kinda-
badass and scaring all these people away, I'm just like, what is this? Dunk, right? That's awesome.
So it bonks you. As these guys are fleeing, there's still a couple that are on foot climbing up to their horse. Urbat, could like easily snatch one of them up if you wanted to pounce on one. Just if you're hungry or something, maybe. If there was some other thing. Otherwise, they're going to go back to where they came from.
No, Joel doesn't really eat people. It's not really her thing. She just kind of pounces forward to kind of keep them moving. Wants to make sure every last one of them has justifiably shit their pants and send them on their heels.
They did a
Yeah.
Jerry.
You can kind of smell it too with your super dog smell sense.
Oh, God.
And it's about halfway to the doors from where they came that the rain stops and the lights come back on.
I hear the thunk of Harvey's head on the stick and just swing over a giant head and look.
What the fuck? And I'm like, I'm holding like a staff in one hand and touching my forehead with another. Ah, shit! Ow! And I look up and there's just blood running down my nose.
Just big old shake of the head. Just oh fuck.
I just like kind of look back, like what happened?
Don't worry about it. I miscalculated.
I would say so. They didn't even get close to us.
It was this, and I hold the staff, and I kind of aimlessly twirl it around with both hands, and then fiddle with it to see if I can get it to turn back into a cube.
Oh no.
I meanwhile have just I had been summoning and I just okay, I drop my arms and everything that I was summoning turns into mist. And then I just walk over and tap Harvey on the forehead to heal him.
You are so cool, Kennedy.
You are my
That's
child.
badass. I did the stupidest thing in this situation.
Yeah. Blythe
Well.
is still just kind of hovering Peter Pan style with her little feeties.
Yes. this was an opportunity for me to let you guys know that you can be a little creative in some stuff too. So feel free to make stuff up. Chances are it will probably work here. What's everybody's thoughts on where you're at now? Are you going to continue walking towards the door, or I don't know? Joel, you got the bird's eye view. Well, you and Blythe can fly up and meet you face to face.
I was gonna say Joel's just pretty ecstatic about being a big blue puppy with 3 eyes right now.
And see, yeah, you can also, when you look and the lights come back on, you can see that there were some other people at the base of where those doors and stuff. You can see it's a larger area once you're getting closer, and there are a smattering of people that were standing outside, maybe observing or something, that are scattering back in through other smaller doors along that wall.
Is there any other structure, building outside of this castle-y place?
No, it's all like an enclosed, kind of clear, round, giant, cocoon-shaped. You know,
So kind of like in the SpongeBob episode when they go up and they're playing in the marching band, and it's like the the bubble.
something like that.
Okay.
But it is
Just-
massive. I mean, when you look down at the end, the end of it, where the doors and stuff and the windows and things like that, and there are a few windows because you can see that all of the structure up in the side connects to that end down where you are. And when I say it's like from side to side is probably, like 4 city blocks wide. It's so massive. Then from your perspective. And plus, it all looks familiar to you. There's a familiarity to you. You know that there's stuff down there. You know how big it is.
Okay. I just kind of look down at everybody and just kind of wait to see what their reaction / thoughts are. And also to make sure that Harvey's okay after he got booped in
Whacked.
the head, and then Kennedy just comes over and takes it away.
Yeah, when I see that Ernie has healed Harvey, Blythe will fly up and kind of pet Joel. And I would very much like to ride on your head.
Joel can kind of see that look on your face, and then like the tap was enough, and she just takes half a step back, like don't fucking dare.
Damn.
Can this cube turn into anything like that I can think of?
Well, not anything that you can think of.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
No, he's like sports car.
I mean, you could probably make it work for that too in some fashion.
Oh no.
Okay, it's too soon. It's too soon. Okay. Insensitive. But like could I make it like a sword or a shield, like anything kind of metal?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah.
Could he
I'm
turn
gonna
it
be sitting
into a
there fiddling with it.
Panzer tank?
No. But he could probably make it do some sort of exploding type of thing too, if he wanted to, without destroying it. I don't know. Some, like a Pokemon thing. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. Either way, this all looks sort of familiar, and you all can kind of start to feel a sense of comfort and almost a bit of power, as if this is sort of your place. Then you all realize that in that one window up at the very top of the door of this place you're walking to, there's a round hole. You hadn't really noticed it before because there's lots of different things going on. But as this familiarity starts to come back to you, you realize that that's the place where you all died.
It's people.
It is. It is a big giant peephole right in the wall. Inside that big giant peephole on that great big giant god wall is the place where you died.
I knew the peephole joke would come back to haunt us. I knew he would have his revenge with the peepholes.
Place where we all died?
That's
time
what
we
the
all
man
died?
said. He said
Oh,
we
man.
died.
Yes. Harvey, you and your spouse died there, and your sister, both of them, as well as your father and your mother and your father's mother, or your spouse's mother. There was a bunch of you. In this moment, you are all related either by blood or by marriage, but you don't know how. You just know that you are, and you realize that you and your family, as in you were exterminated, and that was where it happened. A lot of you.
Joel just like turns back into human form. There's a flash of blue, and she just stares at each of them in turn. I'm sorry. Does anybody else get like
Keep it together.
just like
let's have everybody do a keep it together for me. You are going to be confused. You're not going to know what it is because a new reality, one of the really coolest things about KULT is the fact that you don't know your end, because that is the end of that's the point of the game, is to find out who you are and where your true divinity is. And as you guys get closer to your true divinity, you are starting to discover that there is more to the story.
That didn't go well for some of us.
I did not keep it together very
I didn't
well.
either.
I got a 16. I did great.
I got a 13.
I'm too distracted by my cube.
The brain trauma from getting bonked.
Just a quick bonk.
Yeah, I'm not even here. I'm just like dizzy.
Meanwhile, Ernie's just like, well, yeah, of course I can do this. I should have always been able to do this.
Joel and Blythe, you do. You're gonna, with that, I get some control, and your dog turns off for you, and without your controlling over it, you let yourself go up there as opposed to down here. So you're gonna take a fall. I mean, you're not gonna take any damage, but you're gonna take a fall. Blythe, your wings go away too. The reason why is because your particular imagery is stronger in the extermination, and you realize that you two are sisters, and you were both clutching your mother when you were cast into the trip alive. And when someone goes into the trip alive, that kills them.
Oh.
And your mom went in first, torn from your arms. It was a terrible, horrible, tragic scene that flashes through your mind.
I just want to hug Joel.
I was gonna say, I just need
Yes,
hug.
you are both a quivering heap of bawling, sobbing sisterhood at this particular moment, who just watched your mother go down. Dr. Kennedy, I'm sure you have a question as you see this happen. What are you thinking?
You ladies all right? that seemed to come on quite suddenly.
His voice. I didn't expect a whole lot of this. This is a play to find out. I have some of this down, and I thought we would test the edges. I didn't think we would hit on so much of this. The sound of your father's voice is wanting to comfort you.
Daddy!
Puppy! Oh God, I just cry hard. Just cry harder. just clutch cry.
Yeah.
Clutch
Reach.
into and cry. Oh.
And it has been the whole time, haven't you? Always seemed to work out that way. The daddy part. Oh, I was responding to the other chat. Sorry. Yes, you have been daddy. And that is the sort of the emotion that concern. That's the feeling that you have. Having not had kids, you may not get it, but it's like Mew, you know what I mean? Or probably what Mew feels for you, rather. Him being in control and all.
Cute.
But yeah. How about you, Harvey? Do you what's your reaction as you see? You don't know the relationship part that's going on in their head. You can kind of start to get some sense of it because they're slobbering words on them like mom and sister, you know, that sort of stuff's coming out oddly.
I make a shield with my cube and I turn to them to be like, fuck, this is really cool. And everybody's crying. And I look at them confused and fold the cube back up and put it back in its satchel. Hey guys, you guys okay? And I put a hand on Joel's shoulder.
I just turn and look up with you with big fat tears, red face already. Just absolutely wrecked.
She is wrecked, and this is what she says in response. You're supposed to protect the trip. You guard the hole, the door.
You're not... Jojo, what are you saying? And I glance over at Ernie, looking very confused about all of this, with still some blood on my face.
Did I? Well, yeah. What did I hear?
That's what you heard.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose we are here to protect it. Although I'm not sure why Miss Watson said that specifically.
Keep some mystery.
It's really one thing after the other, isn't it?
I am somewhat lost, yes.
Dr. Kennedy, you do sort of piece together what she says in that you realize that it is responsibility of the chosen and the knight to watch the entrance to the trip to make sure that, the good or the bad, it's a positive, negative thing. You go into the trip dead or dying, to die. If you go in a positive, it's heaven. If you go in a negative, it's hell. I'm just using random generic. This is not what you call it. You don't know what you call it, but I'm just to give you some sort of reference point. That's the responsibility of this doorway. The chosen and the night, i.e., Harvey and Sasha. Harvey was the chosen. He's known that for a minute. He doesn't really know what it means or anything yet, but he had known that for a minute. Sasha became some nocturnal thing when the Enlightenment happened. You also are the only one logical enough of knowledge to this place to immediately then would seem sensible that Sasha is probably not out of reach. Because you're all supposed to be dead. You all went into the trip unplanned. Only old people who are dying go into the trip, or people that are executed go into the trip. So somebody put you in the trip against your will, turned everything upside down, and you don't know how long you're going to be here. Because you're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be in the stable. You still have memory of that place. So yeah,
Mr.
you are
Winston.
confused and pooping in your pants just a little bit, but you guys have the stage here.
We need to get the girls up. We won't be here for long, I think, but we have a chance.
Chance for what?
I don't want to say because I don't want to get your hopes up. But if what I think about this space is correct, he might be here.
Here?
We should move quickly. We could find him.
Okay, yeah, whatever you think, whatever you want, yeah. Jojo.
We'll need them.
Blythe. Can you guys, can you walk? I think I'm fresh out of tissues, Hello? And I kind of wave my hand in their face.
I'm just kind of a disgusting mess.
Yeah, like Joel kind of blinks when you flick the hand in front of her eye, and she kind of like sits back and away from Blythe just a little bit, but not enough that they're not still touching.
Yeah, no.
And like
Constant.
wipes at the eyes and is like you can see the dazed and confusion look on her face, and she looks at Ernie and then gets a little weirded out and then looks back at Blythe and then just stares right at Harvey and is like just waiting for you to tell her what to do.
Listen, we're somewhere new, somewhere foreign, you know. Not too unusual. Can you guys, I can carry you, Blythe. Are you all right? Ernie says we might be able to find him here.
We were here, and she does the same thing where she kind of looks at Joel, and then she looks at Ernie, and then she looks back at Joel.
Sensing some weird stuff going on here.
Something that could potentially be unpacked later.
Yeah, did you call Dr. Kennedy Daddy? Did I hear that right?
It might have.
They didn't use the word dad, they used the word Azu, but that's what it was. Father.
You know, we can talk about all of this at a later date. If there's a chance, then we have to.
We gotta go. We gotta go now. right now? And she just kind of gets up, but also helps Joel up.
Yep, there's just both at the same time, just popping up.
Yep.
Big finale moment as you guys are getting yourselves together on what you're going to do and making your, if your intention is to head towards that end, the lights are going to dim again, and you hear a voice in your head that sounds very similar to the doctor's voice.
Damn it. This bitch.
And he doesn't really say anything. You just know that that's who it is. It does say something eventually. It's a scream. It's a no, like he's angry. And he screams this, and it is not only in your head, but it rattles through this giant building. And you all have just bits of pieces of a battle that was fought up there. And you can see the doctor, only it's not the doctor, it's Callum Duga. And he's battling with his brother. And you are all trying to fight others. It's a war, that's a battle that's happening in here. And the people who wanted the power took the people who had the power and sent them to where they thought they would never return. But for some reason, you've landed here. I don't know if the swap dealer had something to do with it. He did kind of chuckle when you guys went off. That would be not good. But in that battle, you remember this other fighter that was 10, 12 feet tall, rather large, sort of like the mountain in Game of Thrones. Probably more like after he had been turned into whatever that thing was at the end. And he is the one who swung the battle in their favor, and is also the creature that is now coming through the doorway to meet you as you go through. So your epic battle to end the night is against this rather large armored creature, all done up in black. His face is covered with a helmet. And he pulls a rifle off of his back and begins to take aim.
You not with your rifle? He already huge.
Right? We're sitting here with a cube that turns into a pole, and he's got a rifle.
Excuse you, it turns into other things. I'm gonna make it be a silver surfboard.
So, yeah, let's go around the table. What's everybody's reaction? What do you want to do in this fight?
Get the fuck out of the way to begin with.
No, we gotta go in.
I was about to
Before I
say,
forget-
you're a 24-foot tall dog.
That's
Not anymore.
Target
Just
for a
sick
rifle.
Joel on him.
We're regular people now.
But you could probably turn back into a 24.
Like, yeah,
I want to turn
target for a rifle.
my cube into a big hammer.
And it is also, it does a big like Thor type hammer.
Hell
And,
yeah.
Joel, the thing that hits you instinctively, as if it was bred into you like a canine, is you have to protect Blythe. Your job, Urbat's job, is the guardian of the queen. That's why the queen has a 24-foot tall dog that can also have a third eye. So you'll have to
That's
figure out
awesome.
what the third eye is for, but that's your job. So there's that.
I love that.
Oh, my ass tackles her into the bush.
Can I roll for something?
Yes. What do you want to roll for?
I want to roll charisma for perpetual victim.
You're gonna break out your finger?
What do you want to do?
Well, hopefully just have it not want to hurt me.
Gotcha.
Let's
Go
go.
ahead and roll
Let's
that.
go. Well,
Shit.
It wants to hurt
It's
you.
exactly a 9. It wants to hurt me. Great.
Yes, and it knows you're the queen, so it really wants to hurt you probably more than any of these people.
Well, wings
and
are
you're
coming
kind
out.
of flying in there with your wings and all.
Yep.
What about you, Chosen? You got more power than you think. I know that you're broke up right now. Maybe the thought of getting Sasha back, or I've just ruined you so much that you've lost all hope.
Is it attacking us? This giant?
He's taking aim. Yeah, I'm gearing up everybody's attack before he's going to actually fire. So I know how you all respond and we can put it into a story form. So I'm just kind of getting everybody's moves into a pile. And then
do I have
distribute it.
my enlightened powers?
Yes, you can pretty much do anything that you're, just.
Okay.
You're the chosen, so you probably can do more stuff than I've even imagined that you could do.
I want to grab the cube, kind of toss it in the air, and when I catch it, it becomes this Thor-like hammer. And I want to use Quick to just dart to him in this blur of motion and just smack the shit out of him with it as high as I can get it.
Gotcha. Joel, I'm assuming you're going to be charging in dog form is a guess, but if you want to do something different, let me know.
I have better plan. Yes, dog form. I mean, yes, please. Clifford, big blue dog. Who? Me.
Did you have another thing that you wanted to add with that?
Yes. So I would like to try and use Deadly Stare through the scope.
Okay.
I'm looking at this bitch through the scope.
Yeah, it'll be better than that.
Third eye is going to help or not.
What about you, Dr. Kennedy? Oh, it will.
Oh, sorry. I want to I want to hit his arms because I forgot he was lifting a rifle. That's what I want to hit with my hammer.
Very good. I'm going to put all this together here, so we're just stacking at the moment. So what do you got, Kennedy?
I mean, everybody else is using abilities. I guess I'll use Snake Charmer.
I like it. It probably will do more than you even think it will. Do I have a thing for that? Why is that not on my list? Is that an advantage?
Whenever I perform a chosen art form for an intelligent monstrous creature, roll plus soul to awaken a desire within them, I can ask them for help with a problem or for something I desire. And what I desire is for him to just stand there and let Harvey mash his fucking head in.
I like it, but I'm going to need you to be a little bit more colorful in your description of how you do your snake charm, because snake charming is like a dance. So I'll let you think about that as the dog is running that way. Harvey, you're doing your thing. You're going to come down on this guy like an anime cartoon, right? Up in the air, like just ridiculous height and action.
That's exactly how I see it. Yes.
And the dog is like flying at it at the same time. Tuning in, you see it through the scope, Urbat. Your eye gives you sight, right? As good as your smell. And you not only see right through the scope, you can see through his helmet and see his face, and you see his eyes widen because he sees you see him. That's how powerful it is, which is good because you also see him take his aim from Blythe and tilt it down towards you about the time that Harvey's hammers come down. Did you make a violence roll, Harvey?
I made a reflexes roll for Quick instead.
Oh yeah, I'll give you the Quick. And you were going for the arms, so
yeah.
Just make me a violence roll. Let's see how accurate we were on the arms.
It's gonna act before someone else completes their action. For that, violence.
Yeah, you get in first. It's all kind of happening at almost the same time. Blythe, you can still make a move or something if you want to.
I'll wait until everyone makes their moves. But but my next course of action would be like do a little dive attack, swoop in, and land a couple kicks to his face.
And did you? Oh, yeah, you failed the deadly stare thing when you did, right?
Yeah, I did not get perpetual victim.
All right, Kennedy, tell us about your dance.
So it starts with me drawing like a ritual circle with my foot, and then the designs on the inside of the ritual circle are done in like a very elegant ballet form. He's using the tips of his feet to draw it in all the iconography inside the ritual circle. And like he's manifested what are those things? The little clicky things that you use in tangos.
You broke me. Yes, I love it.
I forget what those are called, but yes.
I love that. You do a little crab dance.
Yeah, the little gypsy thingies.
Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah. I love it. And oh yeah, you were gonna freeze him up. The freeze is gonna work. Harvey, you're gonna knock him off of his shot when he fires. It doesn't hit Urbat in the eye where it would have. At least that's where he was aiming. And it definitely doesn't hit the queen. But his thing also keeps it from doing any damage. I'm pointing at Dr. Kennedy. Dr. Kennedy's dance also keeps him from doing any damage as well, and the shot goes off. Joel, you're going in for an attack. Was there something you wanted to add on, or are you just going roaring in dog to tear to pieces?
Yeah, and I get plus 2 ongoing.
Okay. So Blythe, you thought about doing something on top of just as Joel's going in for a throat?
Yeah, if she's going in for the throat, I'm going in even higher and just kicking the side of his head in.
I love it. Dr. Kennedy got me, got my throat all scratched up now. Both of you make a violence roll for me.
Oh, do I need to add the 2 there? Is that where the 2 comes in?
No, don't. The 2 should just be automatic. You don't have to do the modifier unless I tell you to add or take away.
Thank God.
Just 0, perhaps. I don't know. Sometimes that roll 20 dice thing does a funky.
14.
A 14.
I have a -2 in violence, so I did terribly.
It's all right. It's not good, Blythe, but it's not like going to do anything catastrophic to you, other than you don't quite get that attack that you wanted. However, the 14, Joel's, where are you going for an attack at?
So I'm aiming for vital organs as much as possible.
Right.
But he is armored. Do I have enough time to think about where there would be a catch in this armor that he's wearing that I could get to?
Yeah, it's, the neck is going to be good. And when you get to him, you oversize him, you would be able to fit his head in your mouth. So,
oh yeah, then we're going for the head and the mouth situation. I would like to get both jaws around the neck region and try to pop off like a Barbie doll head if I so could.
He's a big guy, and obviously magic seems to be a thing here, so we don't know exactly what kind of strength and that sort of thing he has. But as far as size goes, you definitely have the upper hand on him. Winston, you are there doing your thing with the hammer, recovering from that. However you choose to describe it. Blythe kind of misses. You're going to get a big smack on him, Blythe, but you don't get to do quite the damage that you had hoped for, and you kind of tumble off to the side and do a little barrel roll and come to a stop. Winston, did you want to take one more thing? It looks like Urbat, Joel, is probably going to be able to finish this guy off, but you don't know for sure. He did kill you once before.
I will let Joel finish him off, but I will be paying close attention that if she slips up or if I see him somehow getting the upper hand, I will dart back in with the hammer.
Right. Joel, you're going to take him down. Dr. Kennedy, if you want to do another thing too, if you've found something that you wanted to do, you can. Joel's not going to kill him. She will take him down.
So the art form was the drawing of the ritual circle, but the actual ritual circle summons like really big, giant black iron chains that are gonna explode out of the ground, wrap themselves around his arms, and tether him.
Beautiful.
So cool.
So you have him. This will be he pulls him down. It is as fabulous as you all can imagine it. I loved the Thor hammer and this big giant dog. Oh, we actually have a picture of the dog too. I can share that with everybody now.
The doggy.
Yeah, the chains from out of the ground. Kennedy, quite powerful. And he's like down, kind of pulls his arms down into the dirt a little bit. And even part of where there was some marble has cracked and the chains have shot up through it and like pulled his legs down to where it like makes a smashed indention along that the marble walkway that it happens to cross. And he kind of struggles and gurgles a little bit from some fang holes in his neck, but neck, he's not dead, but dying.
I want to just sink in deeper and just start, like a dog with a tug of war. That's what it is now. And just start yanking back and forth and trying to like basically saw through his thick with two C's neck and just rip the head off. Hang on just a second before
That's where I'm headed.
Yes. Dr. Kennedy, the dog, as typical, is about ready to tear this guy's head off. I'm assuming you chained him because you wanted one last word or something at least. So on this guy, or you just want to hold him there? Okay.
Yep. That she is doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing because she's a good girl.
Nice.
Who's a good girl?
Everybody feels quite vindicated a little bit. This guy sees a little bit of slobber kind of drip down onto his eyeball. If you can imagine from the camera's point of view, this dog, looking down on you, and it just gets darker and darker as the mouth hole gets closer and closer, and a little bit of saliva drips down onto this guy's eye. And then Joel finishes him off.
And spits the head out of my mouth for good measure. Just to the side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can all feel yourself sort of fading just a little bit. Curtis got very fantastical tonight. And all of you can hear the laughing sound of the swap dealer as this world starts to fade away.
I scream a no as we fade away because I was just told that Sasha might be here. and we're leaving again.
Yeah.
So it's a very dramatic yell as that happens.
Yeah, that's the that was the Chewbacca scream in my ear, in my mind.
Yes.
Chewbacca scream right.
I know. That's where it hit me in the feels. So yeah, you guys are gonna land. You're gonna just be right back at the stable, at Harvey's place. With a full and complete memory and knowledge, everything that you learned tonight, you still have with you as far as relations that you now know.
Well,
You two are. No, I'm not going to tell you that, but
What?
I will give you.
Wait.
I will give you a moment.
wait.
You're connected to Harvey too, but not by blood. Harvey's married to your brother. Gender is not a thing. So, yeah, your brother, Sasha.
The brother-in-law.
Wow.
Harvey, the brother-in-law.
And yeah, so you're all back there at in the stables.
So only
Nobody say
Joel
anything?
and I know all this, correct? The other two.
Yeah,
Ernie
Okay.
as an inkling? Is that right?
you
Or is
all
it
have a
just us?
sense of it because when you had visions of the battle, right? You all had that
Mhm.
vision. And so there were glimpses of all of you. And so you all feel connected, and you all feel connected by blood or by marriage.
Okay.
But some of those connections you haven't uncovered exactly. This was a Curtis overshare night. See, Duke
I
doesn't
like
show up
it.
and I give it
Yep.
all away.
I like nights when Duke isn't here.
I know. Duke doesn't.
Duke always holds us in line.
down.
No, you were going to get it anyways. I just wanted to have a fun night after such a dark one last time, and I thought this would be sort of a fun. It
Oh,
was a
that's
little
great.
non-culty, but I have the cult is definitely twisted in there to come if you guys go looking for trouble. So if you want to have a discussion in the stable, I don't want to take away some role play from you, but that's kind of how the camera is going to fade out with you
I like
guys.
Do I still have the cube?
Oh, hi.
Do we have it? Yeah. Do we have any of our shit?
Yes, you do. Only it's not that cube.
Oh no.
What cube
It's-
is it?
It looks like your cube, and now that you've seen your cube, it looks like your cube, except somewhere during the process of time or whatever is going on, it has been defiled.
No.
So when you saw it and you saw those symbols and things like
What are
that,
you doing
that
with your dumbass
that was
What are you
somebody who
doing?
has
Is that a cut? Is that where she got cut?
Yeah.
That pink
tainted
part?
it,
Mhm.
ruined it, destroyed it, or done something to it, changed it to bad, perhaps. You have the Malkuth version of your cube, but you realize now that it's your cube, not Malkuth's cube.
Damn.
But it is the key to the trip.
I come very close to getting frustrated and throwing it on the ground in hopes of shattering it, but I stop myself and just let out a very frustrated groan.
Love it. I thought this was great. I had a blast. How about you guys? Anything? Joel, Blythe, Kennedy? Any? Nothing final? Just a fade out. You guys are good.
Too shocked to
It's-
speak.
It's beautiful and cinematic. So
Just,
It is.
just avoiding eye contact with Ernie for right now. It's a
You
little
don't want
odd.
Papa Ernie?
It's just a little weird for now. So you'll just
We're
kinda, like,
all in silence,
avoid.
and then to break the ice, I make a Clifford the Big Blue Dog joke, and then there's just more silence, and the camera fades away.
Joel big sigh out of Joel, and then like the beep, 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 beep.
Yes.
Love it. Thank you so much, players. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that I have twisted some things in your head up a little bit. The worst part is I've had this plan for a long, long, long time, just trying to figure out how it's all going to get there. And I give you a few very loose ends. Since Duke's not here and I'm oversharing, I will remind you that you are also tied in to the other games. So it is quite possible that amongst those other people in that group of family members, and says, as you all look through your little peepholes, you might also be, some of you might be related to Daisy and not even know it. You know what I mean? It could be something like that.
Okay, if anyone's related to Daisy, we know who it is. It's definitely Joel, like, without a doubt. My daughter, hello.
I'm gonna sneak in and go, Mommy! She'd be like, who the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, maybe Joel. It was Joel and Blythe who showed up there at Heartland at the end. So who knows? Maybe they end up finding something out.
I forgot about that.
Crazy stuff. Yes. All right, that's it for us tonight. I hope you guys had fun. A flip side to last week's sad boy episode. And now you have a whole new mystery to try to figure out, as well as all that other stuff, because you got to figure out how to get back, right? Maybe the Bergen. I don't know. Maybe the box, perhaps. I don't know. We'll have to see. Wow. What's going on? Nothing's going on tomorrow. I'm going to try to do marbles tomorrow, but I'm not making a thing of it. But Sunday, I've been putting together some gold glittery stuff. Is that going to be in tune for Happy Little Faces, or do I need to get more colorful?
Yes.
Oh,
no,
shit.
all of the glitter, whatever
Don't
glitter
have any
you
glitter.
have,
Oh,
you gotta
God.
get some. Because
We
we're
failed.
going full glitter nope, not tomorrow. Sunday.
Sunday.
On Happy Little Faces. Sunday.
We're going to try to make do with
We're going
glittery eyeshadow.
We're gonna see. What
We're
we
going
can do.
unicorn. It's gotta be glittery.
Dear
It
Lord.
Gotta
does
be
have to be
cute.
glittery. That's very fair. If you're going unicorn, you're not going glittery, then what are you even doing with your life?
Exactly.
Oh, no.
I will say though, because this just occurred to me, my son is graduating Sunday, and I don't remember what time that's supposed to be.
You should figure that out.
Well, I was assuming it was later in the afternoon. I was thinking I could just do Happy Little Faces at noon and then go to graduation was going to be no big deal. But it just occurred to me that maybe they do it in the afternoon or something because it's on a Sunday. I don't know. I'm just saying that may turn into a thing. So I'll find out. As soon as I get done here, I will go ask Jamie and find out. But that could be a hiccup. Just thought I would throw that out there. But otherwise,
Okay. Let us know.
yeah.
If we are here
plan
on
it.
Sunday, tune in and I'll tell you the story about how I ripped my pants at Disney World.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like 3 blocks away, so I can jet over. If it's,
okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe they're gonna be doing it at noon, right? So
Keep us updated.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't anticipate that. Join Discord. The link is down below, or you can type !Discord in chat and it'll get it. The link, that's where all the real fun and excitement is. Stay tuned because next week you got to see what happens to this. Yeah, lots of cool stuff coming up here at TTRP Theater. The Vampire Interpreter has got some cool stuff coming very, very soon. There's a Star Trek game that's going to be starting very soon. I've got to send them some of the budget for they're going to have uniforms. So it's going to be quite cool. So yeah, check that out. All that information is on the Discord. So that's it from all of us here at the theater. To all of you out there, I want to say good night, sweet dreams, and we love you. Actually, we want to say that. Yeah. Go
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams. We love you.
We love you.
Sweet dreams and we love you.
We love
Sweet
Night, night, night.
dreams.
Now,
We love
all right.
you.
Okay, hang on. End credits. Sorry.